Ladies and gentlemen, it's August 30th, 2020. I'm leaving the parking lot of Christ Episcopal Church in Norwich, Connecticut on a sunny, breezy day. And what I'm going to do, or try to do today, is to do a comprehensive video tour of the city of Norwich, Connecticut. When I say the city, I mean downtown, the heart of the city. I'm at a red light right now on Washington Street, and I'm going to cover a lot of the roads probably multiple times, only because I won't have a choice if I want to get different angles and cover every possible building, probably some parking lots. Things of that nature. Different views, different elevations. Let's see how it goes. That's the plan. And here we go. Jesus, whoa, got a guy on a little motorcycle over here, or a moped, scooter. Boy, there's people right behind me. Oof. Brand new parking lot. On a nice day. This gentleman doesn't really seem to be looking where he's going here. Wow, I don't know if it's the tides affect this area down here, but the water is really low. This is Howard T. Brown Memorial Park. There's a very nice gazebo out there. Let me take a ride down to the end of the parking lot here. People fish down here. There's band concerts. Rock the Docks is down here. This year it wasn't located down here in Norwich because, at least at this location, because they had to move it up to Dodd Stadium due to the fact that the coronavirus, COVID-19, and all the restrictions and people gathering together was unsafe. So the determination was made to move it up to Dodd Stadium, and it was a very successful venture. But Rock the Docks played, the performances were held straight ahead. There was a stage, beautiful brand new stage, great bands. It's always tremendous amount of fun. I'm going to go straight ahead. I'm going to try to get as many different angles and different views as I possibly can. There's a nice view right there. I'm currently looking at La Stella Pizzeria to the left and Harp and Dragon up there to the right, among other businesses. Vietnamese cuisine, Sunlight Foot Spa, Strange Brew Pub. It's closed, or I don't know if it's completely shut down or not, but it's there's no bands or anybody performing there now due to the virus. So that's really hampered things dramatically in the city, in every city in the United States. But let's take a cruise around and get a lot of different views. We're going to get red lights. There's no way around that. There's a lot of lights down in this city, but they're not too long. We're currently on Chelsea Harbor Drive. To my left was Market Street. That was the street I was just on a few moments ago. There's people walking back and forth downtown today. Market Street garage to my left. Anderson, attorney at law to my right. Randall Ortega, attorney at law. This big octagonal building on the left's been there for years. Green light, Water Street. Okay, I'm going to take a left. I'm in Courthouse Square right now. I'm going to take a left. Directly in front of us is the Warrigan and what used to be Norwich Savings Society Bank, but now it's Castle Church. There's law offices to my right. Harp and Dragon again, and get a closer look. That's open. More law offices, more restaurants to the left. A little grocery store to my right. Mercantile Exchange building to my left. A lot of architecturally significant structures in this city. Beautiful buildings. The Flatiron Building. The old Dunkin' Donuts to my extreme right back there. The parking lot to my right is the old Dunkin' Donuts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. Once this light turns green, I'm going to go up Church Street, which again is a historic, award-winning restoration project that was done several years ago, many years ago. And it was completely restored, turned into apartments, and all the buildings they're beautiful. Tree-lined streets. I mean, you can see. Brick buildings, beautifully maintained. Very, very nice apartments. All right, I'm going to pull into this parking garage just to get a different view. I mean, we probably won't be able to see anything, but maybe we'll be able to see the tops. Okay, I'm going to get the top of the older building in Norwich. Let's get a view of the Mercantile Exchange right there. Yeah, I'm not going to get down the whole parking lot, but again, I'm going to try to get as many views and cover as much ground as I can, as many angles as I can. Specifically down city in Norwich. Again, you can see these really nice buildings ahead of me on Church Street. Beautiful churches. Artworks building to my right. Family Church of God is the name of that. Schoolhouse Road to my left. It's a one-way street. There's a medical group up here to my right. I'm not sure exactly where that's located. This will be a nice view. You're going to get a nice view of the City Hall building. Look at that. That's beautiful. Whoa, nice. Good light on the building today. Beautiful clouds in the background. United Congregational Church to my right, now straight in front of us. And let's take a ride down this street. Billy Wilson's in front of us. They have outdoor dining or drinking or whatever. It's set up, coronavirus friendly. We're on Broadway right now. Dime Bank to my left, Warrigan Hotel down there on the left. Straight ahead's a Marguerite building. It's a great coffee shop back there to the right. Shannon building. I'm sorry, I said Marguerite. Shannon building straight ahead. That burned down in the early 1900s and was rebuilt immediately. And it stands today, very strong, very beautiful building. Very, again, architecturally significant. The old Reed and Hughes is right there with that Jeep in front of it. Let's see. I'm going to take a left over here. I'm going to have to do these streets more than once, just logistically. There's really no way around it. But I want to cover a lot of territory. The old 5 and dime, Young's Block. There's a big plaque on the top of that building. All right, let's go up Bath Street. They have festivals right ahead of me in this parking lot every year. This year, I'm not, I mean, again, COVID-19 is ruining everything for everybody, but they had a lot of good festivals there over the years. Another view of the courthouse, beautiful. Cafe Otis, I believe they're out of business. That was a great restaurant. Coronavirus killed that too. Okay, we're back on Broadway just for a second here. I'm gonna take a left again. Get another view of the Shannon building. The Chamber of Commerce in Norwich is in the corner. I'm going to turn here. You're going to be able to see it right in front of me. Right there. That's in the Shannon building. The pawn shop on my right. Tabernacle. Convenience store. Let's go down City Landing. All right, what's down here? There's the train trestle, the viaduct building back there. Let's see. Can I go right? I can, but we're probably, there's nothing much here. I mean, maybe get a slight view down that alley. Some of the older buildings. But I'm going to turn around. Let me go all the way down here. Man, we're right on the river. To my left, I'm going to back up. You're going to be able to see that we're right smack on the river. Hopefully you can see it. Through the trees and bushes and shrubs. Okay, let's see here now. Big parking lot back here. Used to be a gorgeous movie theater back here. And it's demolished and they made a parking lot out of it. Anyways, there's a big train trestle. All right, let me swing around. Get a pretty good view right there. Some of the buildings behind this parking lot area. And there's another view coming up. I think the Shamrock used to be to my left, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. It's a Sunday, so there's not a lot of people down here today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. This is the Disco building, I believe, on the left. That's a really nice building. Norwich is filled with beautiful architecture. There's no question about it. I mean, it's just a lot of different styles and different eras. And okay, this is directly behind the Otis Library. That's the Otis Library. And directly behind Eastern Savings Bank, which is, I believe it's called the Disco building. Not disco and dancing, but same spelling. Beautiful building again in front of us. There's a restaurant there. There's a liquor store there. Some property for sale down here. I'm going to try to cross the street here, which may be crazy. I'm going to wait to do that. It's a little too risky right now. Go up that parking lot later on. Otis Library to my right. Chelsea Groton Bank to my left. Beautiful building again. Let's go down Railroad Place. This little street is Railroad Place. If you want to go to Otis Library, you can park here. big parking lot across the train tracks. The Norwich Bulletin is housed out of this building right here, right smack in front of me. That's the main entrance of the Norwich Bulletin. We're behind what look to be, well, I don't know, apartment buildings, or we're covering some uncharted territory here. Catholic Charities. Okay, this brick building is Catholic Charities. There's some paintings on the wall there that you can see. That is the former YMCA in Norwich, Connecticut. And it's no longer operational. It's been shut down for many years. It was a beautiful YMCA, but for some reason they closed down. I don't know the reason. Financial, maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to get into too much speculation here, but it was a really nice, beautiful facility. And again, directly in front of us, beautiful Chelsea Groton Bank. To my right, Connecticut Pardon Team. Let's see. Civil, structural, surveying, engineering. To my right. Trying to read the signs on some of these buildings is difficult. There's the front of the YMCA building to my right. Let me pull down that parking lot. Don't know what we can see down here, but we'll get somewhat of a different angle. Straight ahead's the post office, if you can see it through the trees there. The Norwich Post Office, beautiful building. Okay, there's the YMCA. It's starting to fall apart, basically. It's unused. People used to live there, exercise, swim, you name it. It was great. There's the viaduct straight ahead, the bridge. All right, let's turn straight ahead. Majestic Rose Dinner Theater. It is not that anymore. It used to be the Elks Club years ago. Again, I believe it's unoccupied. Amazing furniture to my left. They were in Taffville for many years. They moved here recently, maybe a year ago. Nice cloudy day, sunny with beautiful clouds. Cummings Gagney Funeral Home, directly in front of me, that beautiful brick building. And we're going to go back into the heart of the city again. As we travel down Cliff Street. All right, let's see here now. Is Arcadia Street a dead end? Yeah, it's a dead end. I'm not going to go up there. There's a nice parking lot. Let's see here. All right, here's a big parking lot. No overnight parking. Okay. Let's get another view of the beautiful Chelsea Bank in Norwich, Connecticut. I mean, if you go way back, probably to the 70s, the building to my right, if I'm not mistaken, was Sears and Roebuck. Pretty sure that's the case. There's a pretty good view of Otis Library straight ahead of us. They rehabilitated that building completely not that many years ago. And it's an absolutely beautiful library. Let's get out of this parking lot. But the Otis Library is one of the better libraries in southeastern Connecticut, that's for sure. Big, huge wall Numbered parking. Numbers on the wall indicating different places to park. Let's pull up to this screen, this chain link fence, and get another view. Just a random view in Norwich. The city, the heart of Norwich. Okay, let's see now. Boy, I gotta figure out which road to go down here. Get as many views as I possibly can. All right, well, here's a direct shot of the new Otis Library. Right straight in front of us, it is 261 Main Street. To the left is a restaurant, a Korean restaurant. And there we are, we're right in the heart of the city again. Let's go down Franklin Street. I got a red light here. There's a Chinese restaurant in front of me. To the left of that is a tattoo parlor and piercings. Metro PCS to the left of that. Attorney at law to the right, directly in front of me, really. Okay, that's 16 Franklin Street, that building. It's a beautiful building. To the right, Norwich Rare Coin and Jewelry. There's a bike shop to my left. There's restaurants, there's bars, there's all kind of businesses and things to the left and right. Unfortunately, there's people eating outside over there. Good. It's pretty crowded. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 coronavirus, again, has really, really put a major damper on restaurants and bars and nightclubs and all that stuff. Chestnut Street. Let's take a left onto Chestnut Street. Okay, there's a really, really nice small theater to my left. Chestnut Street Playhouse. I'm going to turn into this parking lot. And I'm going to turn around so we can get a better look at that playhouse. All right, apparently Frontier Communications, which provides, I believe, I don't know, DSL service, phone service, whatever. They work out of a building down here. Art Space, directly in front of me. They used to be Gordon's Shoe Outlet, Gordon's Factory Shoe Outlet. But they rehabilitated the building several years ago. Big project, and now it's called Art Space, and people live there. Okay, so directly in front of me used to be a firehouse, but now it is called Chestnut Street Playhouse. They have plays there. I don't think they're having any plays there at the current, in this, the coronavirus era, but when they did, it was very popular, very crowded. A lot of talented people went through there, and it was a lot of fun. I've been there several times. It was a really, really beautiful, small community theater. All right, I'm going to take a right. Again, let's see if I can cover every single square inch of this city. It's a small city. I mean, Norwich as a whole, as a town, has a population of probably 35,000 people. But the actual city, the core of the city, is, it's not huge, but it's appropriate for the population. It's compact. It's, it's something I can cover in a relatively short period of time by driving around and capturing this video. Now, why am I doing this video? I've done several of these. I'm doing it for historical purposes, preservation purposes. I mean, today's August 30th, 2020. If somebody's watching this on YouTube 25, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it's going to be very interesting, I would think, to look back and see what it looked like to drive around the streets of Norwich, Connecticut. in the year 2020. I mean, I hope people, presently enjoy it, but I'm really doing this to preserve the way things look in the year 2020. As we drive down Union Street, beautiful Union Street in Norwich, significant architecture to the left and to the right, pretty much everywhere you look. Historic buildings. The original Otis Library is directly in front of me. That was Cafe Otis, but that's the original Otis Library. I'm kind of driving slow and get the feeling some people want me to pick it up a little bit, but okay, I'm going to pull into this parking lot here. Can I pull in here? I'm just going to do it. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this to get a view. Look at that wall. They've had concerts here. They've had small performances in this little area that I'm turning around in right now. Carrie Ashton, one of the better singers, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, female vocalist, native Connecticut vocalist in Connecticut, in New England, in the country. I match Carrie Ashton, who performed right where this car is sitting right now, against any female singer in the United States right now, period. That's how good she is. I mean, she is a natural born, super talented lady with a voice that is just mind-blowing, period. Game over. Check out her albums. She's on Spotify. She's got a website, Carrie Ashton. I mean, I'm telling you, I saw her originally down at the, one of the Rock the Docks. It was down at the gazebo in Norwich, and she blew my mind. Ever since then, I've been a huge fan. All right. That building to our left was a courthouse. We're swinging back and forth between a lot of these same roads. I'm going to take a left this time. Let's get a different view. If I go straight, it'll give me a better view of the harbor. Thames Plaza to my right, big parking lot to my left. Howard T. Brown Memorial Park straight ahead. Yeah, see that gazebo to the left with the flag above it? That's where I first saw Carrie Ashton perform. And she was nothing less than sensational. I'm going to go straight into Howard T. Brown Memorial Park just to get a little bit better view of the harbor, some of the boats. We'll take a glance, see what's happening down there. All right, here we go. Very slowly and very carefully we approach. There's a lot of geese down here, a lot of ducks. I gotta watch where I'm going here. Do not enter. Okay, let me see. Maybe I can swing around up here. I'll back in up here and point this thing in a direction of the boats in the harbor, and straight ahead of us. The police station's directly across the river. A couple of ladies sitting there talking to each other. Nice day on the bench overlooking the harbor. Good for them. And there's a little look at your boat launch right there. That's it. That's the boat launch. Bunch of ducks and swimming around. You cannot feed the ducks. Very dangerous. Not good for the ducks. I got something in the mail the other day. It said, if you get down to Howard T. Brown Memorial Park, do not feed the ducks. So we're going to take that advice. Okay, let's see. Let's get some different angles here. Let's take a right. Take advantage of this nice green light we got. And we'll go over the viaduct. We're on Water Street right now. The bridge I'm on, incidentally, was built in the year 2005. I remember when they were, rehabilitating it. And they put up nice lighting and everything. 2005, it seems like yesterday, but that's 15 years ago. So 15 years went by in a blink. Another reason why these videos here might be significant, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. I'm going over the viaduct. Let's see, I'm going to pull into this parking lot back here. Again, we're going to get behind the... There's a viaduct, let's see. Behind some of these buildings, Norwich Bulletin, Norwich Magazine. This is a big, giant parking lot. There's a lot of big parking lots in Norwich, Connecticut. And let's see, I'm going to drive right up to that really awesome looking train trestle. I mean, that's an old structure. It's kind of another amazing piece of, I guess it's considered architecture. Unfortunately for us, there's a lot of overgrown bushes and shrubs and things, but you can see it. We got a big billboard. Let's drive under that. All right, let me aim this thing over towards, so I can sneak in here, get a different view. The back of the Otis Library, a different view, and some other buildings, historic buildings. I don't know the names of all the buildings. I wish I did. I mean, it's there's so many. It's a lot of changes over the years, and I just can't keep up with all of the names and things. But as I drive by, if I see the name, I'll read it out. Look at this. I can get right out here on the viaduct. Beautiful. All right, let's cover some more of the downtown area of Norwich, Connecticut. Again, to my left, amazing furniture. That used to be the floor covering shop. I'm sure it was a lot of things over the years. To my right, there's a big sign. It's not really a sign. It's lettering into the cement. It says Burnham Square. So this is Burnham Square. Where those trees are to the right, used to be the Marguerite Building. A train went directly under the Marguerite Building, and people lived there, and there were barbershops and, businesses in there. When the train went under there, it was like an earthquake. That was demolished a couple of decades ago. I remember it. I remember the demolition. It was I used to go down there and watch it. It was kind of interesting. To my right, the post office, a big, beautiful building. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. I don't want to miss anything here. We're going back down. To our right is Chelsea Groton Bank again. Buckingham Memorial, Sedgwick Post number 1, GAR to my left. That's another very historic building. The Morosky Building to my right. I'm going to go back up this parking lot and go out a different way. Maybe we can get a different view of something else. Let's take a look. It looks like a freshly, I don't know if it's freshly paved or freshly blacktopped. Can I get down this way? I'm not really sure, but let's try it anyways. Behind some other buildings in Norwich. Okay. Go through this real narrow alley. Yeah. Straight ahead of us is, I'm going to read it. I'm pretty sure it's the Disco building. Yeah, Disco, D-I-S-C-O building. Beautiful, beautiful building. Okay, let's go up the road here. We're in the dead center of the city right now. People walking around, they got masks on. Good. Castle Church in front of us. Norwich Superior Court to the left. Again, we've been here before, but I told you, folks, we're going to be going up and down some of these streets more than once. Let's see now. There's a parking garage to my right. Main Street parking garage. Park at your own risk. Whoa, it's dark in here. I'm going to turn around just so we can get a better view of one of the buildings across the way here. Ice and Fire Chinese restaurant. Chinese and sushi cuisines. Let's take a right into this parking lot. Small, very small. Used to be the Thorn when I was a little kid. I'm going to turn this thing around. I don't know what the name of the building is now, but let me turn this car around here. Right in front of us. I mean, this is the side of the building. That used to be probably in the late 60s, early 70s. It was called the Thorn. I believe it was kind of a, I don't know, it had a reputation of kind of a hippie hangout or something. I used to read poetry and, you know, whatever. Back in the 60s, you know, the kind of the late 60s. That era. There it is, the Mercantile Exchange. Hopefully, I got a good view of it here. It looks like I do. Got a camera magnetically attached to the front of my car, so I'm not 100% certain of what is in view at every moment. I'm going to turn around here a little bit, get a different view of this city. I can't go left because it's a one-way street, but I can back the car up. And kind of point down that direction just to get a better view. Hopefully no police. All right, there's a view. There's an unusual view because that's a one-way street. I mean, it's an unusual view for a car, let's put it that way. If I had a handheld camera and I walked around out there, it would be fine. Okay, let's do some more. Church. Well, okay, we did church. Let's take a left. To my left is a Flatiron building. You probably can't see it right now. It's empty, but it's a beautiful building. Wow, something's going on. I think it might have been an accident down here. Kind of straight ahead to my left. Police, flashing lights all over the place. There's a guy in a Mercedes getting out of his car, and it appears to be an automobile accident. There's another view of the harbor. Again, we're gonna we're gonna have to go over some of these roads more than once. There's really no way around it. I have an idea. I'm gonna drive to the top of the parking lot. The main, what's the name of the? Okay, Market Street parking garage. I'm gonna pull into that here and drive to the top. And we may or may not have a good view. We'll find out. Let's see here now. Boy, oh boy. It's a little narrow. I'd be very surprised if there was any other cars in here on a Sunday, but you still got to be extremely cautious going around these corners. It's a decent view of some of the older at least a part of some of the older buildings. Slipping through there. Let's go way up to the top, see what we got. There's the top of that octagonal, I don't know if it's octagonal, I think it's octagonal shaped building. All right, now we're out in the bright sunshine again. All right, there we are. There's a way off in the distance is a insurance building. Wow, there's the top of the Thames Plaza, and there's the top of a bunch of other buildings, older buildings in Norwich, and churches, and whatever, you name it. But you can just barely see the top of them, hopefully. If this camera is picking it up, I think it should. All right, let's swing around. Okay, there you go. It's definitely a different view. Got a pretty good view of the harbor. I mean, it's way off in the distance, and this is kind of a wide-angle lens on this camera, so it's probably going to look like it's a million miles away, but there it is. Boats docked over there at the harbor, the Norwich Harbor. And you can see some houses up on the hill on, that would be Laurel Hill. And again, let's see, I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is an octagonal shaped building. It's an unusual building. It's been there for years. Been there ever since I was a kid. Back into the parking garage, which we will now be exiting. We pretty much got the whole thing to ourselves, at least this level. Some more boats off there in the distance. I don't know if anybody gets nostalgic over parking lots or not, but if you do, then I'm glad I did that. Straight ahead, some beautiful buildings in Norwich. Multicolored, architecturally significant windows, and the overall design. One of the buildings ahead is called the Crawford Building. Sayet and Cedar Attorney at Law is in there. Again, the Harp and Dragon to the right of that. All right. Oh boy, I hope Strange Brew Pub opens again. That was a really great nightclub. A lot of phenomenal local bands played there. Alright, I'm not going to go through a yellow light. There's too many police around here. What I think I'll do is I'll go up Church Street again. Now, the building to the straight ahead, slightly to the right, it's 1 Washington Street. It says Companions and Homemakers. There used to be a place, that building has been completely rehabilitated. There used to be a place in there called Texas Lunch years ago that people at the time seemed to enjoy. I never went there, but I used to hear people talk about it all the time. Chili dogs or whatever they sold. People spoke highly of Texas Lunch. And it's been many other things. That building was probably built in the late 1800s. And all right, let's go back up Church Street. These apartments, by the way, are called the Terraces. In case anybody's interested in checking them out. As we drive up Church Street once again. The leasing office to the Terraces is to my left. Let's pull into this church parking lot. Or I don't know, it says customer, so I don't think people that go to a church are customers. Okay, Sempra Medical Group. I'm really not familiar with that, but parking for that group, that business, is up here. It's kind of an interesting view. I mean, some of the tops of the buildings down city. Yeah, there's some definitely unique angles we can get up here. There's the City Hall building directly in front of us. Churches, Baptist Church, Congregational Church. It's a nice little view right there. There's a nice another old historically significant home directly ahead. Looks to be, maybe it's part of the Terraces, I don't know. There's a plaque in front of it, I'm sure. It was probably built in the 1700s, 1800s. There's that beautiful church once again. Another nice view of School Street that's kind of rare because, let me point this down here. The reason we're not going to be able to really see that view again is because that's a one-way street as well, and we're pointing in the opposite direction. And we're going to exit this parking lot right now. And exactly how do I go about doing that? Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to point this thing one more time down Church Street in the opposite direction, only because that's a really cool view. Some nice homes right there. And there's that beautiful older, let's see, I can't read this sign. Let me see if I can. Norwich African American Heritage. That's all I can make out. But it's, again, historically significant. It was built in the late 1770s, according to that sign. I don't know. I'm glancing over and just quickly reading. Another beautiful view of City Hall. City Hall building was built in 1873. Let's get another view of the side of the City Hall. I'm going to take a detour over here and jump into this parking lot across the way, and we'll get just a different view, a different angle. It's a small parking lot that I'm pulling into right now. Again, straight ahead would have been the old Gordon's factory shoe outlet, straight ahead, and another big factory to the left. But now it's art space apartments. There's the theater that we mentioned earlier, that local theater. Side of I believe it's a Congregational church, straight ahead. And this will be the side view of the City Hall building if we can. Okay, there we go. City Hall entrance. That's right on the side there. I have no choice. I have to take a right. A lot of one-way streets down here in Norwich. Let's take a quick ride down Willow Street. I'm going to take a left and go up Chestnut. I don't know if that constitutes what I would consider downtown or the heart of the city or anything of that nature, but it's close enough and we'll do it. As I drive down the road, people tend to glance at the car and with puzzled looks on their faces very frequently, as the gentleman behind me just did, because I have a camera magnetically attached to the front of my car as I film this. And he looked at it and he had this kind of like, what the heck look on his face. Roger's Kitchen directly in front of us. All right, let's see here now. Let's go down Franklin Street, which will lead us back into the city. Again, it's Sunday, so the traffic is minimal. Delia's Bakery and Grinder Shop on my right. Very famous in this city. Wow, they took down a couple of big trees. It could have been from the tropical storm. To my left back there in a park. Beautiful, old, big, huge trees that were nice. They provided shade in that park, but they're down probably to... We had a terrible tropical storm a few weeks ago, and that's probably the reason. Gentleman driving a truck. He's got a mask on, backing up. All right, I'm going to go straight ahead on Franklin Street. And there are those guys again looking at my GoPro. Oh man, I wonder what they're thinking. They're thinking, who is this guy with a camera on the front of his car? There's another view. Got a guy coming on a bike. There's another view of what I would consider the heart of Norwich. It's Sunday. There's not too many people around today. All right, let me see. I'm going to go up another, if I can do it. I don't know if I can. Parking garage. It'll give us a different angle on things, but I don't know if I can get up there or not. It might require... Let's see, parking permit. Okay, I'm going to go up here. I don't know if I literally don't know if this is one way or parking permit only. That's the backs of some of the buildings. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here quickly because actually, let me swing around here a little bit. Get a pretty good view of the courthouse. There's a wall directly in front of me, but if I back up enough, I think we might be able to get a look at it. That's a good view of the beautiful City Hall courthouse in Norwich. I say courthouse. I don't think there's a courthouse in there, but it's City Hall. There used to be a courthouse there, and there used to be a jail in there, for that matter. Some more historic buildings directly in front of us. Let's see if we can slip out of here. Okay, good. Little red light here, no turn on red. And I'm going to go up a little bit here. There's a decent view. Some of the beautiful buildings with columns kind of straight ahead. You get the Shannon building, and you have other law offices there to the right of the Shannon building that have been there for, I mean, if you look at old postcards of Norwich from the 1800s, those buildings were there. Okay, my exhaustive drive of the city of Norwich is putting me in a position now where I'm kind of searching around for different potential angles to look at things. Now, if I go in here, what does that do for me? Let's find out. I'm going under Thames Plaza. Private parking. Okay, I'm actually under a big building right now. And the harbor would be right in front of me. But I'm going to turn around. And get right back out of here. This is quite an obstacle course with these big pillars holding up this building. Hopefully it'll hold it up long enough for me to get out of here. Okay. Okay, this will give us a different view. JC Image Hair Salon, straight ahead. And there's Strange Brew Pub. And there's kind of an alleyway I used to go up when I was a kid. There's a painting of a peacock on the stairs. It's kind of a nice work somebody did. All right, to our left, that accident with the police. Right in front of us. This is interesting. Right there. There's an automobile accident, and the police are taking notes. As we head up Chelsea Harbor Drive once again. All right, there's the law offices I was talking about a moment ago. The beautiful buildings. That's kind of a nice view of downtown Norwich, the heart of the city, on a nice August summer day in the year 2020. Okay, again, right in front of us is I'm glad I'm here. The Warregan Hotel. There was a major fire there probably 20 years or so ago, and they eventually rehabilitated the building back into its original form with the windows and everything. And Abraham Lincoln spoke out of the building when he was campaigning for president, and it's a very famous building. And the architecture is, in fact, absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn up one of these parking lots again, probably for the third time, and go out the only entrance I didn't go out last time. I did two of the exits. Let's do the final exit for a different view. If I can, if it isn't one way. All right, it doesn't say one way. Okay, there's a different view. Again, there's a business called Stitch Lab to my right. Whoa, I gotta be super, super careful because cars are coming like inches in front of me here. All right. Okay, Stitch Lab. Used to be a bike shop to my right. It's no longer there. What else do we have here? These Guys Brewing Company. Okay, they're open. There's a lot of people dining there right now. I'm going to go down Chestnut Street in the opposite direction once more, just to get a different angle, different view. Again, I'm on Franklin Street right now. And there's that nice park to my right with those two, what used to be beautiful trees, gone. What a shame. Again, Delia's Bakery and Grinder Shop is currently closed, at least today, it's Sunday. And let's turn into here. We gotta take another sweep down Chestnut Street. Whoa. Big, huge truck. Oh, man, I gotta keep my eyes open here. Chestnut Street has been completely rehabilitated from top to bottom. All the buildings have been gone over and fixed up, and now they're apartment complexes and small buildings. To my left, a portion of the factory in front of me was demolished. And maybe that was 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's just basically an empty lot, but maybe something will go in there in the future. This big, huge factory to my left, it's empty. It's been that way for years. Let me pull into this parking lot. I'll give you a better view of it. Okay, there's a pretty good view. A lot of broken windows. I mean, it's empty. It's been empty for decades. I don't know. I mean, just I have no memory of it being open. Maybe when I was a kid there might have been something going on there. I don't recall. As I'm on Chestnut Street and across Willow, there's kind of a nice mural on that building to my right. All right, let me pull into this little parking lot, see what kind of view we can get from this thing. Just for a second. It's a nice church. What does it say? Central Baptist Church, right there. That's a beautiful church. That's a very nice area in Norwich that has City Hall, Central Baptist Church, the old Otis Library. Used to be, it was Cafe Otis not long ago. That's a really beautiful little area to kind of look at. And take pictures of and take a little walk around and just look at the beautiful buildings. Well, folks, I don't know. I think I covered, as far as the city, my goal was to cover the heart of the city of Norwich, Connecticut. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, I can't think of anything. I mean, I went down every street, every parking lot that I came across, and I think we're we've pretty much exhausted that effort. I mean, I think that's it. Got a red light now. Maybe I'll pull into the old Dunkin' Donuts parking lot and point this car right at Dunkin' Donuts, which would be a little strange because this is an empty building and people think, what is this guy doing? There it is, Dunkin' Donuts, back in the, I don't know, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. There it is. And I'm back to the red light. No turn on red, so I'm here. That's fine. Traffic seems to be picking up a little bit. I don't know why. It's a nice day. It's a Sunday. So folks are probably, they feel cooped up and they want to get out, take a drive. They're all heading somewhere. Motorcycles, a good day for getting out there. It's 86 degrees right now, so yeah, it's a good day. I mean, except for the wind. That is one thing that'll ruin, it could take a potentially perfect day to be driving a motorcycle, riding a motorcycle, I should say, and it kind of puts a slight damper on things because of the wind. And the winds today are very, very significant. A lot of gusts. All right, we're going full circle. I'm going to pull back into Christ Episcopal Church parking lot, and that'll conclude the tour of the city of Norwich, Connecticut, the heart of the city of Norwich, Connecticut, in the year 2020, in the month of August. Thanks for joining me, folks.